The year 2014. The game, Wings of Saint-Nazaire. The show, Pop On and Plays. Hey everyone, this is Alan. We're doing another solo one-off today. We're just going to be real quickly checking out the Wings of Saint-Nazaire. Look at that title card. Fantastic. This game is currently in alpha, and it is, since it's developed in Unity, it's available on the developer's website, which I'll be linking to in the description for this video. And it is also available as a download that you can get on their website for free completely. And they're hoping to develop it into a more full game. But basically, we should talk about what the game is before we, talk about how you can get it. Essentially, real quick, we gotta set up our controller support here. If you ever played back in the day the old TIE Fighter, Star Wars, space simulator games, you'll see that this game is very much like that. It kind of takes that graphical style and control scheme with this whole cool rotating interface, or follows my mouse, and it takes it and it puts it in a more modern context. It looks very good, especially for a game made in Unity, and it's a lot of fun. Even though this is just a very quick alpha demo, let's just jump right into it. There's not much, screen preparation or hand-holding. They just kind of give you that control screen and say go, which I really like about this game. And it's a lot of fun just for what it is. And basically, you're just this pilot, and you go into space and you shoot guys, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I don't know. I've been playing like hours and hours of it, just flying around, looking at the different weird space things. All right, and we're off. And just shooting stuff, I never really got into those sort of space sims like TIE Fighter and X-Wing. That's the other one I was thinking of. But I always had a casual interest in them. Look at this game and its explosions and craziness, bananas. Oh god, we're gonna hit things. I intentionally made this episode a solo one-off because I don't feel like there's enough to show in this demo to warrant bringing in Xander or doing a more traditional series sort of thing, because this is kind of the whole thing. You have these asteroids you can shoot, oh god, and almost to crash into. You have this capital ship, you have a bunch of capital ships actually, and you have more ships. There are enemies shooting me from all over the place. There's one, let's get him. So you're just dogfighting. It's kind of a dogfighting game right now. Like I said, they are planning to develop this into a full game, so if any of this just looks super rad to you like it does to me, then you don't even need to, watch the rest of this video obviously, but then just go straight to their website and get that shit, because it's fun. Look at this. Okay, so let me stop talking about how fun it is and talk about my history with this game and the series and the genre. Like I said, never really played TIE Fighter or X-Wing, but I was a big fan of Battlefront 2, and specifically the Star Wars Battlefront 2, that is, and specifically the space battle modes. And I still play to this day, actually, with a couple of the Pop On nerds. We still play a couple of rounds of Battlefront 2 here and there. And yeah, that space mode is really great, and not just because of the whole, it's not just because it's Star Wars. Like, it controls well, and it's beautiful to fly around a skybox of space and just shoot, and get in dogfights and do crazy flips like you can do in this game. So let's kind of examine what else you can do. I'm thrusting forward. You can see my little throttle meter is increasing and decreasing. I can shoot these asteroids with the X-Spine. I'm playing on a PlayStation 3 controller. The game supports mouse and keyboard, and also all sorts of controllers. Obviously, that's like a Unity thing. But I actually think it controls. I personally prefer the controller, but I could totally see why someone would rely more on mouse and keyboard, because it's very aim heavy. You gotta do a lot of aiming, and with the controller you're kind of just flicking the cursor left and right, and it recenters itself constantly, which is not the best solution. But the reason I have it do that is the reason I use the controller is because when you play in windowed mode and if you drag your mouse off the corners of the screen, it does not it doesn't stay in the window, so it ends up being a lot of misclicking on your desktop and whatnot. Oh, I'm right in this guy's ass. Oh, I'm right in it. I'm in it. I can smell him. Gross alien sweat. So you can thrust, you can shoot, You have missiles, which I believe you can also switch between. There you go. That's a missile right there. In this demo, you have infinite missiles, so you can just fire away like crazy, like I am right now. No more missiles? I think they have a charge. Yes. Okay. You can do that, which is super cool. It's like a third-person view. Whoa, whoa, and it's kind of really jerky. But you can also, you're like still controlling it, which is weird because I'm still shooting and stuff. What else can you do? You just kind of shoot. It's fun. I don't know. There's something really viscerally satisfying about moving around in a 3D space, and it has a really just cool, like, semi-realistic but semi-FMV-esque art style. I'd be really interested in seeing what like a cutscene in this game would look like. But actually, what's also really cool, what attracted me to this game initially was on their website, the way that they do screenshots is they're not actually like still images. They post all of their screenshots as GIFs. So in case you didn't think this game looked cool, it looks extra cool in motion, which is also why I'm doing this episode. Now. And yeah, there's no damage model, I guess, yet in it, so I can just kind of fly willy-nilly and not worry about dying or hitting things. I don't think so. There is a fuel meter, but it doesn't decrease in this here demo, which is great. I'm getting some weird frame rate issues right now, but let's fix that. There we go. You can just like hyperspeed throttle. That's awesome. Yeah, so you got your missiles. You can switch between them. Whoops, sorry about that. Trying to figure out. I haven't I haven't fiddled with the controller mode a lot. I've been mostly playing the keyboard and mouse, and I just recently discovered the controller support. Got different missiles. You can switch between targets, which is I've heard a very like X-wing TIE fighter thing. And you can also, that explosion is the coolest thing ever. Just to make that explosion happen is worth downloading this game. And we're good. There's really no danger to it either. It's just it's like very satisfying, I guess. That ship's on fire. I'm spinning wildly. Oh god, let's get out of that. What else? Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I haven't really looked into how much, what kind of team worked on this, how big they are, where they're from, but I mean, it's just really cool to see an indie game working to sort of recreate a genre that's been pretty much forgotten at this point. I mean, there are plenty of space sims out there, but few of them try to recreate the aesthetic and controls and art style of those old games, like this one, like Wings of Saint-Nazaire does. I believe the X3 games, or no, those are more like, strategy, I guess. I can't really think exactly, like I can't even off the top of my head think of any modern sort of space sims, but I know they exist. Galaxy on Fire was a weird mobile game that I thought was, semi-decent for a space sim, but doesn't really scratch the itch, obviously. What else? Yeah, and I mean, even if you just like sci-fi games, it's kind of cool to just watch this and make your own stories for it and craft a narrative. So here's the thing that's cool about this demo. Since it's just a super early alpha demo thing, they don't like enemies you can kill. I don't know why I think I'm not leading this guy properly is what's happening, but you can kill the enemies for sure. But you can spawn them by just pressing the spacebar. So if I were to just lean over to my laptop right now and just go, which you can hear, I just spawned, right there. So like 6 more dudes, which gets pretty insane. I mean, it looks pretty insane, obviously. Look at that. That's just like 5 guys stuck together. Oh, man. I need some bombs. I'm gonna hit all my buttons until bombs come out. Oh, there we go. Got one of them. Yeah. So, which is really fun because you can just, if your computer can handle it, you can make the frame rate go to complete garbage by doing that. Hold on. Let's find something to do. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, what else was I have a couple other things to say. Yeah, other things that I find cool just from this demo, like the UI is really smart and it explains just enough for you to understand without pausing to say like, hey, here's what all these things do. Like for example, you got your targeting, it tells you what you're targeting and what direction they're facing in relation to you. On the left, and then in the middle you have your sort of pulse strength and what gun you're using, what missiles you're using. Your throttle obviously adjusts And then the map is actually what I really like about this UI, because it accounts for 3D space in a really interesting way. So as you can see, as I rotate slowly, all the reds are in front of me. The red enemies are pink, I guess, and now they're behind me. And then their like sort of amount that they're filled in determines how high or low they are in relation to you, which is really cool. Let's try going into that sun and see if it does anything. Oh, actually, I think we're running out of fuel. We actually can run out of fuel in this demo, I think. Let's do that. No, maybe? I don't know. That meter is being wonky. Yeah, so super early. If you think this looks too janky, I mean, they're obviously going to make it into a more legitimate thing once it comes out. I don't think they have a release date yet. I want to say they said this year, but yeah, if you're interested in checking out Saint-Nazaire, go check it out. Do that, and yeah, devs, thanks for making a cool alpha for us to run around and fly around and shoot, you know, crazy space dudes in. And here's hoping that it's pretty rad as a full game. Rock on, everyone. Thanks for watching.